part of their social media life. I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. I really, really, really don't, and I'm tired of it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Wesam's World. It's me, your host, Wesam. We got some big news and topics to discuss today. First and foremost, coffee shop that I've invested in is open.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the new CityWalk and its revival. They're going to be tearing it down, doing some construction stuff here at Universal Studios. Third, there was an incident at Guardians of the Galaxy ride that I almost became a part of as a statistic. And then second, there you go. There are my headphones. Oh my gosh. I was like, I sound so muffled. I felt like I had to have my ears popped. And then third, Coachella and the nightmare shenanigans there. And also, of course, some industry news here and there. First and foremost, hello, good morning, Alex. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. It's a good day.
It's going to be a really good day. House Roots Coffee, the new Sea Sun location in Northridge, is finally open. I'm part of the small group who is invested in that location, and I'm so happy to be able to share the wonders and the enjoyment of third wave coffee with everybody there and everybody in the community. They roast in-house, the owners, Jimmy, David, Tom, James, just incredible people, and I'm so blessed to be part of them, owners with them at this place. So if you have a chance, check out the new Sea Sun location, House Roots Coffee. They've got specialty coffee drinks, amazing pour-overs, espressos, matcha drinks, in-house bakery as well. Very special there.
Nice.
So you can check them out at houserootscoffee.com as well. It's been a year and a half.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't been able to speak about it.
No.
We've heard little whispers and moments you go, I can't talk about it yet. And now you can.
And now I can.
Now you can. I saw it today.
What'd you think?
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
It's really beautiful.
Are you just saying that?
No, it's clean. It's nice. It's got those lines that you just kind of like, you just think, this is nice. It's not sterile where you're like, it's not cozy enough to be in. It just feels warm, you know, and I know they're still working on some finishing touches because it's a soft opening today, but it was nice.
Well, that's great. I'm glad you think it's very nice.
I do.
So check it out. Yeah, parking is either street parking or they have some parking in the parking structure as well for customers. All right. Well, no surprise with all the streaming services and what people are seeing out there. If you are like an avid watcher of any TV shows, especially like new ones, just expect your show to be canceled within a season or two, unfortunately, for the majority of them.
Like right now?
Yeah, because that's the trend that's been happening constantly over the past few years. And studios are extremely budget conscious, and so your shows that stay on longer than a season or two, usually there's some intellectual property, the IP that the studios are holding on to that makes it much more profitable to continue on the show, and they don't want to take risks. So that trend seems to be continuing for a while. Netflix and Amazon seem to be the main profiters of streaming still. And so they're going strong. Most other ones are either breaking even, but the ones that are not doing great still and can afford it are, I believe, Apple and
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus, yeah. Apple can definitely afford it. I'm kind of worried about Paramount Plus because, you know, that's to be in the red consistent like this is no bueno. But if you're expecting new, like, original shows, very unlikely in the next couple years. So not a lot, if any.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, it's no surprise that they're not making any money because of how big their cast members are. I mean, they've got A-listers, you know, so they're spending a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
A lot, yeah. But Paramount Plus and Showtime are, I believe, in talks of merging.
Okay.
So maybe that could help them out with their streaming numbers to make a profit.
Absolutely. Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right. The thing I really want to talk about is here.
What's
Coachella.
Coachella.
Man, people were stuck in line for 12 hours just waiting to get into the festival.
Yeah.
12 hours in traffic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who's playing. That's not worth it to me.
No.
Is it worth, seriously, if you're listening to this, and who would you wait 12 hours for in desert traffic? Desert traffic, 12 hours for. I can't think of a single musician,
No.
band, art show that I would wait 12 hours for in traffic. No way.
And it feels like, I mean, it might just be me because I feel like I've never gone to Coachella. I have no interest in going to Coachella. But I feel like I've only heard more and more horror stories as the years have progressed of lack of organization, lack of, amenities. Like right now with this one, people were waiting 3 hours for a clean shower.
No, thank you.
Yeah. And there was actually a statistic with this year having the most afterpays for buying tickets, the Credit Karma type, whatever it's called.
Oh, so they're like on a payment plan.
Yeah, 60% of ticket buyers bought it that way.
Yeah. Extremely a weird thing to really want to go experience and be in debt for.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It's like $650 a ticket.
Yeah, and also for the people who are buying the safari tents, that's $10,000 a night.
That's ridiculous.
$10,000 a night. Do you understand where you could travel to for $10,000 for a week? You could have one of the most amazing vacations for literally $10,000 for 10 days. You can go to some amazing places, and I'll say Japan.
Of course, Wesam would choose Japan.
$10,000, and the other ones, the really high-end ones, is like $30,000 to $40,000 a night.
Yeah.
Wow. No. How about that? No. And
go ahead. Sorry.
No, it's okay. The structure of how they organized it too it's a major no-no. You have thousands and thousands and thousands of people crowding into one small area. Listen, you got to have people and organizers who know exactly what they're doing and professionals. As like organizers of the event, you need to pay top dollar for people to be in charge of that aspect if you want things to run smoothly. I can understand how somebody could be waiting. Okay, yeah, we had to wait like an hour and a half to get into the venue, but that's like, okay, there's thousands of people coming in. That's understandable,
right.
Especially since people are doing that camping thing with their cars that a lot of people had done. Okay, you got to get all the cars in the right spot, in the right place, make sure you have the right ticket number, etc. But
there weren't even people organizing to get them into the right parking spots.
See,
the attendants were gone. People were parking crooked and sideways, which then it's like, hey, don't be a jerk. You're not supposed to park sideways. Like, at least follow the natural rules of parking. But I don't know why they don't hire someone like Disney. A lot of companies hire Disney for parking.
Wow.
Because they have it down to an art.
I would assume they would with their theme parks, etc.
Yeah.
I will never do Coachella or anything like that in my life. I don't find that enjoyable. Also, to be camping out there for how many days is it?
That's a great question. I think it's weekends, right?
It's just on the weekends, or is it like? Let's look this up.
I am sorry, people. We're so not Coachella-y that we don't even know.
No, I just don't think that's worth it. I see people the way they're just hanging out in their like tents that they're doing near their cars or their vans and whatever, and it just seems so unenjoyable to me. So what is it?
Yeah, it takes place over 2 weekends.
2 weekends. So during the day, in the weekdays, I'm assuming there's events there or no?
Let me Google what happens during the weekdays.
Because if nothing's going on, I would be very shocked by that.
Yeah. I mean, there's no big artists playing. We know that for sure. Let's see. Coachella break or off week. The stage resets, maintenance, fine tuning. Artists do rehearsals. There might be private events or industry mixers, but there's nothing for the people there.
I'm sure there has to be more like mixers, little things, little
local
activities.
regroups, fan and influencers wander.
Yeah.
You can find events or parties, but it's nothing that's officially done by.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's just like a big hangout. So it's kind of like a cruise ship if you've ever been on a cruise ship. It's kind of similar like that. Cruise ships are interesting. If you've never been on one, I think it's a good experience. Here's where I would recommend. If you're doing a cruise ship, Mediterranean. That's like the place to do it. You know why?
Why?
This is the way to do a Mediterranean cruise the right way. You're not missing much on the cruise ship. The cruise ship is basically like a really nice hotel. That's it. All you want to do on the cruise ship is, honestly, the buffet, the dinner that you have, and then the maybe hanging out by the pool one day or 2 days. They have like rock climbing and all that stuff, like activities, a small mall. You can do that all within half a day.
Mm-hmm.
So the way to do it is this: book the excursions. Book the excursions. Be like one of the first people at the excursions. So for instance, like do the early morning excursions all night. Get there early. Have the earliest dinner. Get to bed a little, earlier than usual. But then you're off to have like a really nice morning exploring like all these different cities that you can do back to back to back to back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last day, like on the way back to the original port, what happens is this: you get to spend the whole day on the cruise ship. So that's your day to explore the cruise ship. And that's the day you want to kind of explore and relax and kind of recharge before you have to go back home. And honestly, after 6 hours of hanging out that day, I was like, oh man, I'm glad we did the excursions. Now, my family messed up because what we did was we booked the excursions early morning, but we had the latest dinner.
Oh.
So sleeping was, it was rough.
What's late for dinner? What does that mean?
Dinner? We had dinner at like 10:30 or something.
Oh,
like,
wow,
yeah.
really late.
Yeah, because
I was thinking like 8.
They break dinner up into different time groups because usually at night it's like the nicer dinner, and people just bring out the food for you and stuff. And then the buffets are either in the morning or lunch, depending on when you get back from the excursions.
I've never been on a cruise.
Yeah, there you go.
I've always been too scared. I'd sink.
That's right. A lot of boats are on sink.
Yeah, a lot of boats I'm on have sunk.
You have a curse on.
I do. There's a curse. Before you move on to a break, though, would there ever be an artist, one artist, that would make you go to Coachella?
No.
Wow.
No.
Not even for your favorite artists?
No. Wow. Because of the other people there. The types of people who would go to Coachella, I just can't. I don't vibe with. Yep. Anyway, we'll be right back after this messages. And we're back. I almost said Tool.
Yeah.
That's what I
thought. That's what I thought would bring you out.
Nope.
No.
No.
If there was some kind of festival that was more of your music and not, the artist of Coachella, would you?
No.
No? Okay. Crowd? Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you what I would go see Tool if it was like they invited me backstage and like to get to watch the show from backstage.
Yeah.
Because then I would drive in just for that and then drive out the same day.
What about maybe not backstage, but something more VIP where you're like in a booth that's private?
That's fine.
Okay.
But to be down there with
on the floor
with the peasants, no. Just kidding. They're not peasants. They're just
actually most of those people on the floor sometimes have paid a lot.
Oh yeah.
To be that close to the stage.
Yeah, I just it's just beyond me right now. I have more things I want to do with my life, and also no way I could justify paying that much money to go there.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about $650-ish, whatever the price is, and you think about all the artists you can see, maybe once if every lineup was someone, but that's your baseline experience, And I am under the understanding there's multiple stages, so it's not like you're going to see every artist at the same time either.
No, and you got to plan it out. You got to make sure, like, hey, do we want to see this person? If the two favorite bands go on at the same time, that sort of thing.
SOL.
Yeah. Go ahead, say it. You got so excited.
SOL, man.
Yeah. What are you doing, man? What does that mean, man?
That means you're shit out of luck.
Yeah, SOL.
SOL.
There you go. Man. No, I'm just different now. Like, what do I want and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I used to go to, like, in high school, especially, like, hardcore shows and, like, hardcore dance.
Yeah?
That was my thing to express some of my energy that I had. I thought that was really fun to do.
What about Burning Man?
No. I would pay not to go to Burning Man. I would pay more taxes not to go to Burning Man.
Well, so it goes like what? Coachella, Stagecoach, then Burning Man. That's like the order of things.
Oh yeah, and there's Decompress LA, where people who are coming from those can come back and kind of have a chill version of basically all those things.
Yeah.
Which in my head, I'm just like, can you guys grow up? I don't know why. Like, it just feels like, okay, you guys did it.
Yay.
Yeah, and then what? Like, I understand people have talked about Burning Man being this like really magical experience and everything like that, but every single video I've seen and documentary I've seen of Burning Man, I'm like, it's dusty. There's always some kind of issue that happens, whether people get stuck in the mud or there's like a sickness going on.
It's dust storms.
And everybody looks like Mad Max, but if they were super liberal. Like, that's what Burning Man looks to me. Mad Max, but like super liberal.
Yeah. That's funny.
And like, it's fine, be liberal, but like, I just don't vibe with
the Burning Man crowd. It's a very
You ever have dust? Sorry. I want to talk about this.
All
now.
right.
I don't like sand in between my toes.
Oh yeah.
Especially like when you're in the sand, it's fine walking on it because there's a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you go on like the asphalt or you're trying to drive. I carry a jug of water with me just for cleaning my feet after I come back from the beach.
Yeah.
I could not imagine being in Burning Man, dusty, or Coachella, and I feel dusty and gross.
Right.
And you might be thinking, oh, Wesam, you don't want to feel like, come on, man, it's fine, be a man or whatever. Like,
connect to the earth.
Connect to the earth. Okay. I love hiking. I do jujitsu. I don't mind being like dirty if I'm doing those activities in nature and everything.
Yeah.
But it just feels so artificial and like I don't know. It's not my vibe at all. I know some people listening to this are like so turned off by what I said, but I know there are a few people out there with me who agree. And the people who go there to be seen and to post.
Right.
And I know it's part of their social media life. I just don't want to be a part of it anymore. I really, really, really don't, and I'm tired of it.
It might have been where it started off a little bit more genuine.
Maybe.
You know?
Maybe.
I mean, I saw some people in honor of Coachella coming up posting like them when they went years and years and years ago, and they're not dressed up.
No.
You know, they're wearing jeans and a tank top that's like from JCPenney's. And now when you go, you have your Coachella outfits and you're fit and you're this and you're that. And it's become a thing.
Yeah.
That's morphed a bit.
Yeah. We're going to start having guests back on the show soon.
Great.
So,
that'll be very exciting.
Yeah, Rizaldi.
Okay.
Mattis Luna, he just won, I think it was the IBJJF Open.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he won double gold, I believe. So I want to talk to him because he's been teaching a lot in the LA area. And so we're really happy for him. And, yeah, we're just going to get some guests back into the show. Just haven't had them in a while. And, yeah, I mean, we'll just bring it up. I know Peyton has been on the show, and you guys are probably wondering, like, why Peyton is. He's been really busy with some of his other jobs, actually, because he does edit for Adobe full-time as well as he edits for other streamers as well. So he's been having trouble finding time to do the podcast. And so there might be a transition coming soon, which is totally fine, and obviously wishing him the best of luck.
He's got a great opportunity today.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if we could talk about it. But
I'm not sure, but
I'll just say it.
He was a skater boy. I said, see you later, boy.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. That's really good.
I remember getting that CD for Christmas.
Yeah? Did you like it?
I loved it.
Why?
I don't know. It was so exciting. Do you remember that feeling of getting a CD of your like favorite artist? You've only heard maybe a quarter of their song on the radio, and you rip that white part off the top of the CD, and then the rest of the plastic is able to come off, and you open it, and it's that first little crisp opening of the CD, and you get to pull out the sleeve, and all the lyrics are there, and you just get to sit down, you put it in, and you get to read the lyrics while you're listening.
You want to know what happened to me?
What?
I experienced that only a couple times. Well, what happened to me is I would remove that saran wrap from the outer layer.
Which smelled great.
Weird. And second, I would forget that there's tape on the top as well. And me being a teenage boy. And so the plastic would break. And I'm like, oh, crap. And now I've got this broken CD case. There you go. Couldn't wait. Couldn't, just peel the top sticker off or whatever it is.
That's all right.
Okay. So, Guardians of the Galaxy ride at Disneyland. Another pooping incident in the line. And not on the ride. However, I almost became part of the statistic on that ride. Not when it was Guardians of the Galaxy, but when it was Tower of Terror still, before they remodeled it.
Oh, shut up.
It's like this echo. Anyway. Alex, drive me crazy. So, I got so nauseous on that ride when I went to Disneyland the last time.
I remember that.
You were there I had invited a bunch of people. This was when I was on For the People, and I invited a bunch of my friends to go out to Disneyland with me. And I remember going, oh my God, I'm going to throw up, like in the middle of the tower ride. I promise you, I was using all my willpower not to throw up on that ride. And you kept going, okay, we got 2 more drops. All right, here it is, second one. All right, and now we got 1 more. Hang in there. All right, 1 more. It was like you were a Pilates instructor at 24-Hour Fitness telling me how many sets I had left. And I'm like hanging in. I'm like, and I'm like a fighter pilot trying to keep everything down. So I'm like,
and I'm having the time of my fucking life.
Yeah.
Love that ride.
Anyway.
I just wanted to give you the statistic.
Okay, well, I wasn't done, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
That's okay. Oh man.
Sorry.
I forgot. What was I talking about?
You're up and down. You're gonna throw up the statistics.
Oh yeah. Afterwards, I remember having to sit down for a good 30 minutes, just sitting there taking deep breaths. What threw me off was the rides that we had ridden before that. We went to California Adventure Park, I believe.
Yes, we were on the roller coaster.
Yes.
Turned into Incredibles, the Incredicoaster.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sam hates me right now. We're not on the same page today.
Nope. Not
I just wanted to...
Statistics.
As of March 2025, there have been 3 separate incidents of guests defecating in the queue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And someone at Epcot, the one in Florida, defecated, and not only did it on the floor, but took it and smeared it on the walls.
Okay, that's just... were they on drugs, did it say, or anything like that? That's so disgusting. And the pooping incidents are terrible. Hey, you need to run and find a bathroom. What bothers me is we don't know the exact situation, whether they were elderly or somebody with special needs, for instance.
Yeah.
That's obviously, hey, that happens. That honestly, that doesn't bother me because that's part of being a human sometimes. And so that's fine. But the people who are like fine and are just like, oh no, oh, I gotta go use the bathroom. Oh, but I need to ride this ride at Guardians of the Galaxy. What do I do? It's like, get out of line.
Get out of line.
But I understand, I don't agree with, the fact that what if they were waiting for like an hour and a half?
Right.
And they're finally at the front. They're like, I can hold it. I can hold it.
Right.
I've been waiting for an hour and a half. I can hold it.
Yeah, but Disney handles situations like that really well.
They do? What do they do?
You could just say, I have to go to the bathroom. And they will say, okay, here's a card. And then go to the bathroom and come back. And you can come right back.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Yeah. When I was a really young kid, I got a bloody nose at Disneyland right before going on Indiana Jones. They just pulled us to the side, waited till my bloody nose was done, and then let us hop right on because we would have been at the front of the line.
There you go. Who hit you?
I used to just get bloody noses as a kid all the time. Allergies, things like that.
Like 11 in Stranger Things? Do you think you have powers?
Just like that.
Yeah. All right. What else we got in current events?
Oh, yeah. Okay. He's ready for statistic now.
Okay. You know what? When I'm
I know. I'm sorry. This is my official apology, Wesam. I'm so sorry I interrupted your
It's
story.
okay. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. Well, we briefly mentioned it at the beginning, but
Yes.
Universal CityWalk Hollywood is not fully closing entirely, but it is undergoing a significant transformation in 2025. This revamp aims to modernize the area, enhance security, and align it more closely with the Universal's broader resort strategy.
Okay. I like this. It's funny because I haven't been to Universal CityWalk in such a long time. And one of the reasons being is it's a little bit expensive and a hassle to get there.
Mhm.
Not in terms of like shopping at the places. I mean, yeah, it's a little pricey, but nothing crazy. It's the parking.
Mm-hmm.
And and the hassle of getting there. And so it became a big turnoff. It felt like if it was a little bit easier to access, I might be more turned on to get in there and have a good time.
You just brought a memory back to my head.
Okay.
So I had a roommate who worked at what we lovingly called Shitty Walk. She worked at Samba, which was a Brazilian steakhouse there. And if you were an employee of any of the restaurants or things like that, they had a separate entrance with, excuse me, next to all the other car entrances. But you just flashed your card that said you worked there and they'd open the gate for you. And so when we'd go up there, we'd just flash a fake card and they just let you right on in. And finally one day I flashed the card and I, get up to the front and the guy's, "Can I see that closer?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And then I dropped it underneath it was just my driver's license. I dropped it under my seat on purpose because it was not a CityWalk employee badge. And I was like, "Oh my God, it just fell under my car. Hold on, let me try." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's so stuck under there." And he's like, "Forget it, just go."
Sneaky.
Whoopsies.
Sneaky. Yeah. I remember at CityWalk, I would one of the funnest things I did was the skydiving thing that they have. They have a mock skydiving.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, they have a mock skydiving thing, and one of the really cool things about it is like it was always busy when I went there. There was always people lined up, so that place was nice. The movie theater, I don't know why I stopped going to the movie theater there. I went and saw one movie theater, and I can't remember if it was just like uberly expensive or whatnot, but I know that they're implementing more security there as well, which I find very appropriate. Yeah.
They said that they want to make it a little bit more like downtown Disney. So that area between the parks, they used to have the security right there. In downtown Disney, you did not have to go through security to get into. But they have since expanded their security out to include downtown Disney. So downtown Disney is security required to come in, which also makes the area where you're waiting between the two parks at the beginning less crowded because you don't have those security lines right away. It feels a little more open. So that was a part of their implementation for what they want with Universal is it's further out and they'll have more trams to bring you in if you're coming from like the street and stuff like that.
Oh, very interesting. Yeah. Well, I look forward to the change. It'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be good. There was one other thing. Oh, the Universal Studios videos that I wanted to bring up with, speaking of security. There are people I watch on YouTube who are like getting kicked out of Universal Studios, which I love because it's the police body cam footage. And they're like, "Hey, you're trespassing now. Universal Studios is asking you to leave." And how quickly it escalates with certain people who feel like so entitled and so like egotistical about being excused out of there for like doing crazy stuff sometimes they like hit somebody or they're just being extremely erratic or they're really drunk or they're on drugs or something and then they just get kicked out. And those videos of people escalating things from, "Hey, you're trespassing, you're being asked to leave," that's all you have to do. And then it escalates like, "Cool, now you have misdemeanor charges on your record and you're in jail."
Right.
How that escalates, like they're not thinking that far ahead, or they get embarrassed that they're being asked to leave and they're like, "I'm not leaving. I'm not going to leave." And I'm like, "Oh, that's somebody who's never actually been in trouble before." Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Or understands basic common sense. They're like, oh
Mhm.
shit. All right. Well, then I don't want to be in
Yeah.
jail, so I'll just leave. Very interesting to me. What else we got?
Star Wars has a horror project
Ooh.
in development. Tony Gilroy, the creator and showrunner of Andor, recently hinted that at this during an interview, stating that they're doing that, and I think they're doing that, and it works. So it should be kind of a bit of a Dothmere as a setting, the planet, and maybe something to do with Darth Vader's nightmares.
Oh, Darth Vader's Nightmares. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not big on remakes or reboots or keeping things with, I like original stuff for the most part. But the idea of taking the Star Wars genre, I know it's not something brand new in terms of the in terms of the internet, but taking it into the horror genre a little bit will be very interesting to see how that happens.
Yeah, it could be very interesting.
I think as an actor too, like whenever you audition for stuff like that, it's really important to hit the tone of what they're going for. So when they're branching genres, that's going to be an interesting balance to play between how, like, is it, obviously it's not going to be like B-movie horror, but it can't be super gruesome like, what's it called? The Devil's Rejects.
Right.
So you've got to find that proper tone, what you
Mhm.
think it's going to be.
Yeah, because Star Wars has a young fan base, too.
Yeah.
It's always bringing young people into the fold.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
kind of like, where's your line of what's appropriate?
It is what it is. What else we got?
Something interesting happened. SNL, from my knowledge, has issued an apology for one of its skits.
What?
Yes. So they made a sketch titled The White POTUS, and it parodied the White Lotus with a political twist. And in it, the segment, Sarah Sherman portrayed Chelsea, which is a character based on Aimee Lou Wood's role in The White Lotus. However, the actress expressed her disappointment via Instagram, saying that it was mean and unfunny because the whole skit only, as she worded it, punched down on her looks, not anything else based on the character.
Okay. Wait. So they made fun of the way she looked?
Yeah,
and then
she's well known for having, I guess you could call it like British teeth, not American teeth. She's actually said she's lost roles because she couldn't play an American because of her teeth. And so the incident sparked a discussion about betrayal of physical appearances in media and the importance of nuanced satire and speaking out on how, you can't be making fun of people for their looks like that.
Okay, so you can feel how you want to feel. She's entitled to feel hurt by someone making fun of her.
Mhm.
At the same time, to issue an apology, I feel like then you have.
Let me clarify. It was an apology directly to her. It wasn't like an apology that was publicly like, we apologize on like a Twitter or some kind of platform.
Okay.
Just to give the level of apology.
Okay. Well, still.
Yeah.
If you give that apology,
Mm-hmm.
then you literally, SNL has to go out then personally and apologize to every single person they've ever made fun of for their looks.
Mm-hmm.
That's just then the why. No, she was hurt. She feels she's entitled to feel her feelings hurt, and she's entitled to feel the way she's feeling. But then what about all the other people who had their feelings hurt or were made fun of physically for their physical looks from SNL?
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I feel there is not like a proper equilibrium to
Mhm.
that. And also, your sketch, also to her, hey, I know it's not great, you lost roles or whatever you think, or it is, I'm not sure, and maybe people have made fun of you, and so it's a little sensitive subject, and it'll weigh on you, whatever, but it's a sketch comedy show. And they make fun of everything and everybody for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's going to get into this press, like, okay, well then you're writing sketches for SNL. It's be like, oh, you can't make fun of people's looks then. Or if they have certain
Mm-hmm.
features, then you can't make fun of that. You can only make fun of the stuff they do. Oh, okay. Do you see where like it's
Yeah.
very frustrating to me when it comes to that, because then it's like now we have to, is it a case by case basis? Now we're putting all these rules and implementations, and it's just like, okay, they made fun of your teeth or the way you whatever, like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then what? I'm really curious to see the skit now, to see how bad it was,
Yeah.
because what about Family Guy then? Are they
Oh,
off the
yeah.
hook?
Family Guy rips
Sa-
into people.
Is South Park off the hook then? Because then if you're offering apologies, then what are you going to do, like as a network, as a producers? If you're offering apology to her, then what about all the other companies that you work with? Are you going to quit their you know what I mean? Like it
Mhm.
just doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know, like it just really annoys me. Listen, if something offends you or you don't like a certain type of comedy, especially comedy, change channel. Change the network. Look at something else. Block that person. You can't. I don't know. This gets so like you have to be careful about every little thing you say and how you say it. And I get it. There's a balance to that. There's a balance to life. But at the same time, we start nitpicking on every single little thing. All right. Let's just sit here and make a list of the things we can laugh about. I don't know. I'm annoyed.
I see that. Do you want me to say the next thing?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
James Cameron advocates for AI in filmmaking.
Okay.
Renowned director James Cameron is championing the use of generative AI to reduce blockbusters' product cost by half. He believes AI can streamline visual effects workflow without eliminating jobs, aiming to make high-budget films more sustainable.
Yeah. Honestly, AI is a tool, and we have to learn how to live with it at this point. And yeah, we can't rely on it for everything. We can't have it. For a multitude of reasons, replace people 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a tool, and if you learn how to use it, it's going to be more beneficial for you in the future. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the balance in that, what he's saying, is without people losing jobs.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
I agree with him. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll tell you this. If you're, I'm sure there are tedious things in graphic design and
100%.
yeah, that helps. AI helps. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had a boo-boo with our recording the last week where there was a crosshatch over you know? And if there was an AI program that could just simply easily take that away, you know, you've got an error in a film or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
where you don't have to manually keyframe each thing to take it away, be really helpful.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great. What's next?
Yeah, right over there, we see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Your voice got high.
Hmm.
Okay.
Good. Just still annoyed from the previous thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because I interrupted you.
No.
I'm teasing.
No,
I'm teasing.
the,
I was saying that was the previous thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It was. Yeah. It's just. I don't like it when. I it really, really bugs me. I don't like when people tell me what I have to do or what not to do in certain ways.
Yeah.
It really, really bugs me because I'm an artist. I'm an actor.
Mm-hmm.
And I express myself in certain ways. And I already feel like I have a million limitations on me. I know that's an exaggeration, but I do feel I have a lot of limitations on how I really want to express myself sometimes due to the fact that I am a television actor.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to like ruin my career or have people not want to work with me. And it just bugs me because I feel like when you start putting so many parameters and everything like that, the truth of what's happening is like really bad. And so like the truth becomes covered, that's what I should say, on certain aspects. That's why like with my brothers or my close friends, like we make fun of each other, not out of hate or anything, and not to make each other feel bad, but part of that is to grow a little bit of thick skin. And then also like those are like truthful things. Like if I had big teeth, if my teeth were messed up, I'd be like, yeah, they're messed up. They don't compliment me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the way it is. Should I get braces? Is it something I can fix, first of all? No? Okay. Then I guess I don't want to get braces or Invisalign. All right, so that's just something I'm going to have to deal with. Otherwise, what? I'd be like, hey, everybody, I don't want anybody to mention my teeth. Okay, all right, I want you to apologize for making fun of my teeth. I feel bad because if you've been bullied and that's a thing, then you have to learn how to deal with it. But then for SNL, I'm actually more upset not with her, with SNL.
Mm-hmm.
That's who I'm upset with for apologizing. Just don't. But then be like, oh, okay, we'll try. Like, don't even respond. Just be like, no, we're sketch comedy. We make fun of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take it so personal. This is just, we make fun of everybody.
Right. Yeah.
Now it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
What a problem to have in life. No, I'm serious. Like, okay, we gotta take a quick break. I'm gonna cool off, and we're back. I'm not cooled off. No, it's I don't know. What a problem to have in life.
Yeah.
You're on a hit show right now. You're at a high point in your career. It's a good problem to have SNL making fun of you.
Yeah.
And SNL, another thumbs down. Like, that just really bugs me. All right, we'll just keep it at that.
Yeah.
Now I'll never host SNL. They'll pull this clip up,
They're gonna pull this clip
and then
up.
I have to apologize to SNL. Be like, I'm so sorry, SNL.
I'm so sorry. I want to be on your show.
I would really love to host SNL, and I've got to apologize. You know, it'd be funny if I am the SNL host and I play this clip on my opening monologue, and I'm like, well, I'm sorry. And they're like, we don't believe you. Like, really make it. And I'm like, okay. No, I'm really, really sorry. No, it's still sarcastic. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm sorry.
That reminds me of their SNL skit that they did with the influencer dude who's always apologizing. Do you remember that one?
No.
Oh, he's like, we're going to do this. It's kind of a very like Jake Paul-y kind of early days thing. And then he like hits his friend and he's like, I'm really sorry.
Kyle Mooney.
Yes.
Yes. The guy who was in Don't Look Up. No. Inside Out. What's it called? Oh my gosh.
The horror one?
Yeah, about the.
It's isn't it? No, Don't Look Up is the meteorite one. Oh gosh.
It's the black actor. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
lead
yeah.
in it. He did this sketch with him. Anyway,
Yeah.
what else is on the
Yeah, so Saudi Arabia, they had an ambitious entertainment idea, but it is facing some setbacks. Their efforts to become a global film hub through NBC Studios and Neon Media are encountering challenges. Issues like budget overruns, leadership changes, and difficulties attracting international productions have led to a shift in focus back to local content. So they were trying to build their international level, but it's not happening.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But it reminds me of when China was trying to break into the U.S. Hollywood film, and they had, I believe it was Matt Damon, and they made that big film trying to like bring him in as a Hollywood actor. I remember seeing it in theaters with my dad.
They were fighting like aliens or something. Not aliens, but
it was like a battle on the wall, and people
Yeah.
were like jumping off and then jumping back up.
Yeah,
and, yeah.
some kind of monster creature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which currently China is going to block more U.S. film and TV from coming in with the threats of the tariffs and things like that going on.
Yeah, we'll see if they hold on to that, honestly, because now there's a lot of shows, especially nowadays, shows being created in China that are being absorbed and watched by people, and then also Korean shows, Japanese shows. There's a lot of stuff out there to watch.
Yeah.
So they could take a hit, not like in the 90s when it's like, oh, watching an American movie in China would have been like a huge thing, you know, oh, this movie's from America. Now it's like you can easily watch that.
Yeah.
I wonder how strict they're I'm sure it's really strict, like being able to download any of that stuff,
Oh, yeah.
because they have social scores over there, which is scary thing. And then I could see why some people might like it, some people might not. But like with anything, people abuse that, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that I do like about it is, like, if you have kind of people who don't feel like they're part of the community, they continuously litter, let's say, a little thing like that, credit score goes down. Or how about this? You drive in the left lane very slowly, credit score down.
Oh, that's funny.
Gosh.
They're actually starting to let you use rent payments, even if you're not using something like a credit card, if you sign up for it to affect your credit. Because a lot of people either pay with check, sometimes cash, whatever. So you don't have that tracking that comes with credit score. But they will allow your complex, whoever management company, to report that to help bolster your credit.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Well, my credit score's pretty good right now.
Yeah, he's got a great credit score, man.
Should I say it?
It's the best. What is it?
You want me to say it?
Sure.
I mean, it doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't really mean anything.
I mean, yeah.
It's 845.
Oh, wow. Really high up there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't know
Pretty
mine off the top of my head.
Yeah. Me and my brother Daniel,
You compare?
Yeah. It's just a stupid thing we do. So yeah, we're just comparing credit scores like we're rich or something. We're not rich at all. Like that's the thing. That's the most ridiculous thing to do with your brother is just to compare credit scores.
That's fun.
William's at like 210, I think. He's not. Actually, I don't know what his credit score is. Now I want to know what his credit score is.
Yeah.
Actually, I should just message them and be like, "Hey, what's your credit score?"
What is it? That's funny.
He'll probably make it up. Anyway. All right.
Last one?
Yeah, last one.
The UK proposes a levy on streaming services. The UK Parliamentary Committee recommends a 5% levy on streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon to support the financially strained British drama sector. The initiative aims to preserve uniquely British storytelling amid rising production costs.
Dude, do you know what I learned about the UK? You have to pay a fee if you have a TV in your house because the TV has access to the BBC programming. Even if you don't watch the BBC, you have to pay a fee because you own a TV. I saw a video of a guy, an old guy, trying to enforce this on some lady in her house. And he's like, well, I've got to put this bill for you. And she's like, I don't watch the BBC. And he's like, well, you have a TV. And he was so, like his demeanor and his conviction with it was like, no, you have to. Because that TV has access to the BBC. You have to do that. That's the rule. It's like talking to a robot. Oh my gosh, it was the most frustrating thing. What a loser. If you have that job and you do it, you are a loser. 100%. 100%. What a dumb thing. You want to preserve original British programming? That's not the way to do it.
Yeah.
You couldn't turn me off quicker to British programming if that's what you're forcing people just to have it. If you have a TV, you have to pay for it. It's an extra thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, governments are so sneaky like that. I hate it.
Yeah. You know what's interesting is I feel there are plenty of British shows on Amazon Prime and Netflix.
Who made that rule up? Who made that law up? Who's like, hey, we can get some extra taxes in from people if we do this. That way they have to do it, huh? It's pretty good, right, guys? Right, guys? We're pieces of shit, huh? What do you think? Like, what an evil mindset to have. What a disgustingly greedy mindset to have, to like want to squeeze out as much money from people as possible with the pretenses like, well, it's preserving our British type of storytelling and history. Oh, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. So much bullshit in this world. So many people are greedy. So a lot of these people work for these huge, huge corporations. Just greedy. My God.
Tell us how you really feel, Wesam.
Very annoyed.
I see that.
I'm very annoyed. Not going to apologize for that ever. Not going to apologize.
Think about your nice coffee shop that just opened.
Dude, come by the House Roots, okay? Seriously, House Roots, I spilled a bunch of coffee here. It's so good. It really is the best, some of the best quality I've ever had in terms of coffee and drinks. And they care so much about providing good service to people. That's one of the things I love. They're about community. There's a reason why
Yeah.
they call it house roots.
I like that. I think community is missing a lot in our world right now.
I agree.
A lot of lack of community from the smallest things to the biggest things.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people know their neighbors' names nowadays.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. It's a shame.
I wish SNL would make fun of my teeth.
Smile.
No, I'll just end it on this. I hope she doesn't take it too personally. I hope that she gets over it and then she finds like humor through it, or she fixes her teeth. And I will say this again: she's entitled to feel the way she's supposed to feel.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But for SNL to personally apologize, whether it be publicly or privately, I don't think that's appropriate. You're a sketch comedy group that's been making fun of people since, when is it, the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay? So you better go personally apologize then to every single person you've made fun of physically. And if you don't want to do that anymore, like, okay. I wonder what their ratings are, in all honesty.
Should I look
No. I don't care anymore.
it up? All right, then.
Okay. All right. That was a good episode.
We're not quite done.
We're not? Oh, I thought we
got
are.
just a few more minutes.
All right. Oh.
Well, we've had a lot of strong opinions, Sam, going on today. But is there something right now that's bringing you joy?
No.
Wow. Nothing? Not even like the little kids that you teach in jiu-jitsu or...
They're so adorable. The little kids I help coach in jiu-jitsu are so adorable. I mean, they've been getting better too, which is awesome to see. And there's a kid there who is very similar to me when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
He won't stop moving.
Yeah.
He's literally, whenever we're learning something, he's like dancing. He's like constantly moving. He has no off switch on him, and it's hilarious. And he's good at jiu-jitsu when he focuses. And I will say this, dropping the hammer down today on the older kids in class.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. It's burpee time.
Burpees.
Burpee time for the older kids. Here's why. They need to learn that it's really disrespectful when the coach is showing you something to be talking and giggling and stuff, because they're setting an example for the younger kids. So I'm gonna bring them in before class starts and give them a little talk and be like, hey, I'm all about having a good time. I'm not saying you guys should be like robots, especially like when we're doing warm-up drills. But when coach is talking, or when one of the other coaches are telling you to do something, you listen. You go, you got it. Or like you nod and you go, yeah, we're ready. Whatever that is. You should not be giggling, talking, playing games, laughing, making noises whenever we're trying to teach you something. Because if you were trying to teach us something and we were doing that, that would be really rude and you wouldn't like that, right?
Yeah. And
then the little kids are looking up to you, whether you like it or not, or whether you know that or not. They're looking up to you to see how you act and see like, oh, wow, if they're doing that, that must be okay to act then that way.
Mm-hmm.
No. So you guys have that responsibility whether you want it or not. And if I catch you doing it, we're going to have fun with burpees. And that's what we'll do. We'll do burpees for the rest of class. I don't mind.
Wow.
We could do that, or you can learn jiu-jitsu and we can have fun doing that. And then at the end of class, you guys play and have a good time all the time.
Yeah.
So there's times to have a good time. There's times to listen up and be focused.
It's a good life lesson.
It is, because you can't do that in classrooms. You shouldn't do that in classrooms. You can't be doing that in like regular business life either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, you have to really learn how to listen and take feedback, learn things in all aspects of life.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'd be good. It's funny that I'm saying this with my feet up. It feels like I'm like, let me tell you something about life, kids. You gotta listen.
You gotta listen. And listen good.
I get my dad back sometimes. Just with little things. Because the whole phrase, listen, think, and then talk is from my dad.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd be in trouble or not doing something and be like, Wesam, you have to listen, think, and then talk. And I'm like, okay, all right. And then sometimes, like now, whenever my dad does something and he's like not listening or he did it wrong, I'm like, Dad, you gotta listen, and you gotta think, and then you gotta talk. He's like, Wesam, be quiet.
That must feel really great, huh?
Oh yeah. Getting my dad angry now is just fun for me and my brothers. Like, annoying them is just one of the funnest things in the world. Getting my mom riled up is hilarious.
Yeah. You like to rile people up.
I do. It's my love language.
It's your love language. Riling people up.
Yeah,
Wow. That sounds like a much more positive note that we can end on.
absolutely. I'm glad we did that. Made me better.
Good.
It made me better.
It made you better.
Made me better. Those will probably be the clips from the show, by the way. Definitely nothing from previous. Oh, boy. Okay, next week, might have Rizaldi on the show.
All right.
So that'll be fun. All right. Shall you play us out?
I will.
All right. Play us out, Alex. Hey, thank you for tuning in to the show. Follow us on all social media, We Sam's World. And make sure you subscribe that button. Subscribe that button. All right. Always remember to listen, think, and then talk. Bye.